So we have two trains. One's leaving from Toronto heading towards Montreal. The other one is starting at Montreal and heading towards Toronto. The distance is given to be 500, and they tell us they meet exactly 2 hours after when they leave. Furthermore, they tell us that the train speed that's leaving from Montreal is 50 kilometers faster than the train speed of the train leaving from Toronto. So let's let this one be x and let's let this be y. Okay, so if this was a test, you have to state that let x be the train speed of the train that leaving from Toronto to Montreal. Okay, now the distance. So we got to come up with an equation for distance. So x, right, is a speed. If you times that by 2, and also y, if you times that by 2, and you add it up, this is an expression for total distance covered together, right, after 2 hours. And they're telling us since they meet, they must have together covered 500. Equation 1, equation 2. Right, this one right here, we can divide both sides by 2. Okay, so we have two simple equations now. Alright, so let's replace this y with x plus 50. Okay, so we say 1 sub into equation 2, x plus 50 is equal to 250. So you get 2x is equal to 200. So x is equal to 100. So, right, this means the speed of the train from the leaving from Toronto is 100 kilometers per hour. Okay. Now what they ask us, where do they meet? At which point do they meet? So if we know this, we don't need to find y, right? At 2 hour point, we must have traveled 2 times 100, 200 kilometers. Right? So they meet exactly at 200 kilometers from Toronto. Okay, so I'm just going to state that. Therefore, they meet 200 kilometers from Toronto. Or we can also say 300 kilometers from Montreal.